welcome to this week's edition of Community Watch with me, Gabriel, Niobodai, Atupra, Atunam, Togbo, Ashon Kwausono. And in today's edition, we've traveled out from Accra and we are positioned within the Nsawam Edwardri municipality, specifically at a village called Otukwadwo. Otukwadwo was recently or earlier in the week in the news for having a non-existent market sited here. This market was apparently budgeted for through the revenue from Ghana's oil resources, but investigations or cross-checks by PIAC turned out to be that the market wasn't actually built in Otukwadwo. So we'll be hearing views of residents. We've actually visited the point where apparently the market then was sited. We spoke with the municipal chief executive for Nsawam Edwardri, that's Isaac Boabeng, who mentioned to us that they had wanted to indeed have the market sited at Otukwadwo, but there was a challenge with land, so they then relocated it to Kujo electoral area, where you see the market project now. So it appears that Otukwadwo has missed out on this opportunity to have this modern market built for it, which would have then included boreholes and toilet facility and related others. Today we'll be hearing the take of the residents on this initiative, which has now eluded them or which they have missed out on. Beyond that, this community is facing several challenges. Behind me is a public toilet facility that started some time back, and months on, it's only at the foundation level. Then again, their road is very bad, deplorable. Much of it is not tarred. We shall also take you to their chief's compound, which is meant to provide health care for the community, but currently it's also not in the best of state. There is no network too, so we are not able to communicate with our colleagues back in the office or even to receive calls. So join us as we engage them more and step by step highlight their challenges. This is Community Watch with me, Gabriel, Ni Obodai Togbo Ashon. I'm with Bernard Latte and some other residents. Welcome, Mr. Latte. So what has been the reaction of the community to your leaders' inability to find a land or to have the market built for Otukwadwo?
Thank you, Mr. Journalist. This has come to me as a news, saying that we don't have a land over here to build a market, so they've taken it to a certain place. I've never ever heard about any elders in my community saying that we don't have a land to build a market over here. So what they are saying that we don't have a land over here is totally false.
We've spoken to your chief. We've spoken to Nana Amano, and he's mentioned categorically to us that officials met him and his elders with the intention of getting the land to situate their market, but where they had wanted to site it is very far. And looking at the challenges that it was encountering, they couldn't provide land for the project. That's what your chief told us, and we are playing to you, dear viewer, to then watch to know what happened.
Well, but two young him, Nemo, Ella Massas, I yama won't ama maso.
Okay.
Yo.
But how come that this entire community and with you as the chief, you couldn't locate a land somewhere for it to be used as a market for the benefit of the community?
Nienti atisane say yanga himfo no yanga sase no ewakiri na wonga wonde ben no so wonga twitwa de aye plot a wonga sisi adan wo so nti yanga yande no yebetima aye no ewo para we ewakiri nti yanya bi wo biya amamfu betumi akoso tonade ewo ekiri.
But at least they brought the issue before you, yes, to build a market in your community.
Yes, and what they buy.
So your chief has mentioned that look, they just couldn't agree or they couldn't come up with a land for the project. What's your view?
That we don't have a land. No. This is a new to me. This is new. I feel so bad. I feel so bad because if we respect you, the chiefs, you have to respect us because we are under you. And then you are on top of us. So if you don't get closer to us so that we come together and then solve the issue at hand, then you are being sorry to say that you are not on top of your job. If you are a chief in a certain community or in a certain land, and then you've met with some top government officials concerning a certain project, what you can do is to gather your community and then talk to them that this is what those who are in charge of this project said. So, okay, what can we do about it? Then we, those who are living in the community will go with you and says, okay, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. If the land is as far, which cannot get closer to where the residence is, okay, let's sit and Georgia, and then if it is that we can budgeted for a certain amount, that we will split on every resident to pay for us to acquire land, which gets closer to the community. Then we can bear and then do that. But we didn't hear anything from our elders, our chiefs, and then so on and so.
Our leaders in the village are not helping us, especially the chief and the assemblyman. They don't help us at all. If these have come and we need something to brought in this village, you have to call the whole village, then we sit down. I haven't seen the day the chief have called people, gather people, then we sit down and discuss about the village. I haven't seen some before.
Well, the people of Otukwadwo still deserve to have some basic amenities, including a modern market. So if they still wish to have the markets brought back, maybe not exactly what had been planned for them, but something else or another one, we pray that it is heeded to so they get that market. One of the challenges is that Otukwadwo isn't having a public toilet, but we've been reliably informed that a member of parliament and other stakeholders had planned to build a public toilet for the community. But yet again, they are missing out because the project has stalled and it's only at a foundation level. Let's move out from here a bit and then focus our attention and the conversation on this public toilet saga. Come along.
I am the former assembly member of this community.
No, forget about what you are saying. No. What you are saying, I don't want to come out of that.
You said yours.
Yeah.
This toilet facility, honestly, is a big blow to we, some people our head, because we don't have any toilet facility in this community. From here to Alafia, when you are coming, there is a nearby village. We don't have any toilet facility. We use our own bushway to defecate. So sometimes you will be walking, even your back of your house, you will see that people defecate. This toilet started about 4 years ago, when they say NGO in collaboration with the government want to build this facility, and the land was given to them free by a woman here, but still they couldn't reach any place of it about 4 years ago.
So it's a major concern for you? For
the community, not for me myself alone, for the community.
The MP, who is Frank Ano Dompre, the MP for Nsawam Adweji constituency, gave Otukwadwo electoral area 150 bags of cement for an assistance of the toilet facilities and then so other things. And then as I'm speaking to you now, we managed to use the 50 bags of the cement cut blocks, and then currently as I'm speaking to you, the blocks has flew away, and then the 100 bags of cement remaining one also flew away. And then we asked the chiefs and then the elders in our community that where are the cements given by the MP for us for the assistance of the project in our community, and they didn't give us any vivid clarification that this is what we have used the 100 bags of cement to do, and then the 50 bags of the blocks to. This is what we have done with it.
It's worrying, and it's our expectation that the leadership of the community will be up and doing, and such that they will collaborate effectively and efficiently with the assembly and also the member of parliament and other related stakeholders to ensure that projects that are started here are completed for the benefit of residents. Let's now move on to look at yet another major challenge the community is faced with, which is the dilapidated nature of their chief's compound, meant to then provide health care for the residents. We shall look at the old facility and then the new one being built for them, which are stored now. The wind is blowing, all because the clouds have gathered and it's about raining, but we shall press on to ensure that we get you all angles to the challenges the people of Otukwadwo are facing. Continue watching.
Our chip center is nothing to talk about. It's not good. When you get to that place, the roofing, even the roofing, is leaking. When it rains, it leaks a lot. But there's one that they've built, but they've not opened it.
How is this a concern to you, being an expectant mother?
Since they don't have the equipment to treat you, when something happens to you, they just transfer you to the government hospital, which is also a challenge because the road, it's not good. So it affects a lot.
The road is very bad. The food produce are always taken from here to Nsawam, but they always find it difficult. Most of the time when it's raining, they always find it difficult to get to the market.
I'm now at the Otukwadwo Chief's compound, and I have with me here Frank. He's a nurse, to detail us the challenges they've been facing. Welcome, Frank.
Yeah, fine, thank you.
Your Chief's compound is in a good shape, isn't it?
Oh, as you can see, very, very terrible place. But how we are managing?
What makes it terrible?
Oh, you can see when it rains, like, yeah, it's drip on at times our books. So you can see from there, our folders, yeah, on the ground, but it should be in a shelf when you come, like when you proper hospital setting, yeah, it should be in a shelf. So when you come, we go and remove it for you. But this one, our drugs, they are all on the ground. And when it rains, very, very bad. So at times, like when it's about to rain, we have to close and go.
And now it's about to rain. The clouds are gathered, and we came meeting you closing, like you are covering everything up.
Yeah, it's because of the rain. Yeah, it's because of the rain. That's why we are about to close.
it's messy. There are folders here. So what if these folders get destroyed by the rains? Currently, I've had to raise the curtain, and a resident here is also using the torchlight on the phone to then give us more light to be able to film. And here we are, rubber being used to cover some of the other books in order to prevent the water from destroying the books we have here. So it's quite a challenge for the people of Otukwadwo. There is no light here. That's why there appears to be darkness in the room. So just have a look. These are folders of patients. And then right there, here, is water coming right up from the roof down. And just look at this health calendar meant to provide information, but look at how it's been damaged by the rainwater. Just see, it contains some data, standard case definitions for selected priority diseases or conditions, but much of it is being destroyed. We are in Otukwadwo Chips compound, and this is the challenge. So just 10, there is another spot where the water is falling right from the roof. Have you spoken to your superiors, the authorities, about the plight here in order for them to come in and then assist you or address them?
Oh, they are aware of it. I think even last week, the assembly, the district assembly, and our health director, they were here on our new facility. So I think a lot of deliberation went on, and I heard the contractor saying maybe in 6 weeks' time he will complete the new chips compound.
For how long has the new chips compound been seated, unattended to?
Okay, I came here around 2019. So when I came here, it was in a skeletal form. Yeah, so the contractor came, they came and worked on it. So right now, say it's about 98% complete. So last week Friday, they were here, and the contractor gave them assurance that it's going to complete. So maybe any moment from now, we can move from here.
Okay, so we are hopeful that indeed in 6 weeks' time it will be completed. But even as we are here now, we can hear the roofs as though they are about to fly away. We are praying that indeed the contractor will finish up on the new project being built for the people of Otukwadwo, so they are able to discharge their work efficiently. But in the absence of the new facility, how is it hampering or affecting health care in Otukwadwo? What are the services you render, and how is that hampering those roles?
Oh, okay. We render ANC, antenatal clinic, CWC, child welfare clinic, and we also like OPD. Yeah, when someone is ill, yeah, we take care of the person. So like when we have a case and it's beyond our reach, we transfer the person to either Pakro Health Center. And a lot of the people here, they go and when they are sick, they go to Pakro because of the facility.
Thank you very much. We are yet at another location within the Otukwadwo community, and this time round the challenge has to do with an abandoned mechanized water facility. So it's almost complete, and from an inscription, it's a $1 million per constituency project which has been cited here, which is meant for the eradication of poverty. That's IPEP, Initiative for Poverty Eradication. Welcome. How is the lack of operationalization of this water facility affecting the community? Tell us more about it.
This is the project for an Otukwadwo electoral area. And then, as I'm speaking to you, the project has been 100% completion. And then what's left right now is only the commission for the electoral area to get a proper water for their domestic use and then all those types. The government should intervene and then come and then commission the water for us so that we can get a clean water for our domestic use and then all those types.
As it's been said, or as we saw placed on the project, a $1 million project, and it's now been abandoned with weeds growing all around it, a solar panel mounted, the tap fixed, and the tank fixed also up there, and yet it hasn't been commissioned. What could be the challenge such that we are unable to help complete it? This, if not 100%, may have advanced well beyond 60, 50, 70%. So it's just a little bit addition to ensure that it becomes operationalized for the residents here to have access to potable water. So we shall continue to follow this up and ensure that it is commissioned to bring relief to the residents here.
My name is Deborah Maugbe. I'm a teacher in the next town, Pakro Methodist Basic School, but I stay in Otukwadwo. Our main concern in this town is network issue. We don't have network in this town. Some of us, when we are in our house, we can't receive calls unless you go out, look for a place to position yourself before you can make calls, which is also a challenge. So you don't have network to do research. As me per se, I'm a teacher. I need network to do research before going to the class, but we are lacking that here.
We don't have network here. All the networks are poor. I can say that is the main problem we are having here.
We are not done yet. We will be coming back. We have to meet up with the authorities again on how best some of these challenges facing the community can be addressed. But just when we're about to leave, then the gentleman you see next to me also came up. Apparently, he's been watching Community Watch on Metro TV. You've been watching Community Watch and you've been sending us messages. You mentioned and see him in his helmet. So you heard that we were around and had to pass by?
Yes, I came here purposely because of some challenges I have at my school, Nsawam Methodist.
Okay. You work there?
Yes, I'm the head teacher there.
Head teacher, yes. Okay.
At the primary, 2 kilometers from here.
What's the challenge, or what are the challenges for which you've come all the way to meet the team?
Accommodation. We have a 6-unit classroom at lintel level. That has been abandoned for almost 6 years now. So we want the authority to come back to site and finish it up for us. And apparently our JHS to get funds started it, but they left it uncompleted. And they've roofed it, but it's left with the doors to fix to make the placement. But if you go there now, you see we battle with goats. The animals come there to defecate there. So we want the authority to come back to site and finish with the project. We are suffering there. Had it not been the rain, I will have matched you so I will go there so you go and see things for yourself. A 6-unit classroom block left there at lintel level. And people are there in mud houses. It's very, very bad.
What's the name of the community again?
Esikabio.
Esikabio, yes. Within which municipality? Also within Nsawam?
Draji. Okay. Just 2 kilometers from here, from Otukwadwo.
So we'll be coming back. The weather isn't favorable, and because it wasn't part of our schedule we want to bounce back well prepared for it. So we have extensive coverage of the situation.
I will be very happy to to see you again.
Okay, so we are happy meeting him up. This is the reason why Community Watch is there, to highlight the challenges that our communities are faced with. It's so that together we make our communities better places to reside. It's our expectation that the Member of Parliament for the Nsawam Edwedri constituency, that's Honorable Frank Anodompre, and also the Municipal Chief Executive Isaac Boabeng, whom we had met earlier, and other stakeholders would come together. We know that they have the residents at heart, they have their communities at heart, and they would want the best for them. So this isn't to expose them or to create the impression as though they are not doing their work or that they don't know what they are about, they don't know their job. Indeed, if things are not going right, as the media and as the fourth estate of the realm, it's also our role to draw their attention to where they are falling short. It is for us to highlight so that we remind them of their task, so they are able to re-strategize and to reposition themselves to help address them. So please, come over and address the challenges of Otukwadwo and also Esikabio community. My name is Gabriel Niobodai Atopra Atunam Togbo Ashon Kwasonu, and I have done this together with Patience, Prosper, and Joseph. Rosemary Koko Anyigba is also ably here assisting us. Thank you for watching and see you next week.
Community Watch.
Thank you.